Hello, users, and welcome to Dumbfuck Central, the show in which we talk about dumb fucks. Anyway, so hopefully, now that you've gotten your rage out in my comment section, and if you unpause the video and you want to hear what I'm actually got to say, let me just play this video first. 12 million views on this video, which is actually a fuckload. Reminder, the American flag is a racist flag, just a reminder. The worst part is, like, it's just like the camera pans around and it's like, yeah, there's crazy people up here, there's crazy people down there. Alright, anyway, so here's another photograph of them posing in their cosplay costumes in front of the governor's office. So, this is funny. This is funny for a lot of reasons. So, one thing, of course, protests are great. Right? Protests are amazing. But here's the thing. The right wing hates protests. They will never protest. They have spent the last 5 years telling me that protests are for soy boys. And also, why do these people have fucking masks on? I thought that, like, when Antifa had masks on at protests, that made them soy boys and that, like, you know, they're just afraid. I thought, like, and also, of course, the coronavirus is a hoax, right? Like, they keep telling me, oh, this is a hoax. That's why no one's in this other video. No, like, there's very few people with masks on here. Why do these people have masks on? Either they're cosplaying, like Antifas, or they believe in the corona hoax, right? Like, this is the thing here. It's like, it's really bizarre. And obviously, again, just the whole gun thing is just like, I don't know. I'm pro-gun. I like the concept of having guns, but I'm not a religious zealot when it comes to guns. Like, that's the thing. It's like, I think if people had a gun in their home for home protection, and it was well locked up so that kids couldn't get into it, and the person that knew the codes wasn't, like, you know, at risk of suicide or something, I think having guns in the home is A-okay. Does that mean that I think that you should have, like, a fucking war chest, like, hanging on your wall with no protection whatsoever? No, because I'm not a fucking moron. And also, of course, the religiosity of people and guns in this country is just, that's where you lose me. Like, you know, it's just weird. It's just strange. Like, the people that, like, the right-wingers that go, like, oh, there's a pandemic going around, let me just go down to the pawn shop and get some bullets. And it's like, what? Like, why? Like, I don't know, like, it's just weird. It's super strange. And I don't know, it's just the obsession with guns is just bizarre. And also, it's just one of those things where, of course, like, this is the problem with this situation is, of course, people are protesting because their needs aren't being met. And their response here is, this is where the AstroTurf comes into it. This is where, like, the DeVos-connected fucking, like, oh, make it protesting Democratic governors instead of protesting the federal government. That's where it really hits, because people are confused, they're hungry, and they're scared, right? They lose their jobs, they don't know what's happening, they're confused, they're hungry, and they're scared. So if you plant, oh, it's fucking the Damon Rat's fault, then they're going to say, like, God bless Trump, and I love the USA, even though Donald Trump called it a hoax and said that you should drink bleach on television, but he was just spitballing because he's a stand-up comedian, even though he's the president. Also, there was a spike in poison control calls, but that's not important right now. Oh, man, MAGA. Like, those kind of fucking morons, right? Like, they just get programmed with this because, again, they're scared and they don't know what to do. And if you have a bunch of AstroTurf fucking big money billionaires say, yeah, by the way, it's the governor's fault. Yeah, Trump is completely fine. It's your demon rat governor. Like, if you just whisper into their ear, they get convinced because these people are easily programmable, and that's the problem. That's the problem. They should be aiming this protest. I don't even have a problem with protesting the governors. I just have a problem with the fact that it's a right-wing AstroTurf garbage protest. Like, if everyone were to maintain social distancing, had masks on, even gas masks, like make it epic or something, right? And like, if you were to get like a bunch of cars and block like, you know, like specific areas that were like, so like, you know, they can't get in their car and leave their house or leave the office or whatever they're doing, right? If you want to do something creative like that with a message, that's great. But this is just like, I want to work at the nail salon. Applebee's is closed and I have to cook dinner 7 times a week. Oh, can you imagine? It's like, dude, like, that's the problem here. And then there's also a lot of these people, and this is part of the AstroTurf, where there's a lot of middle class and like rich people that are fine. They've got years and years of savings worked up that they're fine, but they just, oh, I want to get my hair done because I don't know how to do it myself. I've been on this planet for 60 years and I don't know how to do my own hair. And that's not any sort of indictment of me as a person. I just want to spend my money on a hair salon. Like those kinds of people, right? Like they need therapy, first of all. And this is why I'm a Medicare for All advocate, because these people need fucking therapy. But I'm also, like, again, it's really concerning because this is my situation here, my analysis was that Trump was starving blue states in an effort to fuck up the general election. But at this point, the red states are so fucking brainwashed that they're going to be killing themselves. And that's what's really fucking problematic here. Because, again, it took 2 to 3 weeks for NYC to become a giant epicenter. And now that these protests have been going on for a week, maybe 2 weeks now, like these really bizarre ones, you're definitely going to see a lot of these epicenters go down in places like Georgia and places like Michigan and stuff. Like, it's going to be very rough. And, you know, again, it's scary. It's scary stuff. But again, I have no issues with protesting. I just have an issue with the message being extremely stupid. And instead of being directed at government as a whole, it's directed at the evil demon rats. They're evil demon rats and the corona hoax. You know, like, that's the thing. It's like, if you want to say the entire government has failed us, we're not paying our rent, we're going to fucking get guns, and we're going to go to, like, the police station, and, like, if you want to do something epic, go for it. But this is not epic. This is just cringy. And that's my problem with it. It's cringy. I have no issues with the tactics, really, other than, of course, it's just, dangerous for the pandemic, of course. But other than that, everything here is fine. It's just cringy. It's just super cringy. Again, these are the same people that told us that when Antifas wear a mask, ooh, all of a sudden, right, like they're scared. They're beta males. They're soy boys. And now these guys are wearing a mask, right? Like, it's just weird. That's weird. Okay, I'm just saying that's weird. But anyway, hopefully now that I've successfully triggered you and somehow you've managed to come to the end of the video, I appreciate you for watching, and I will see you again later.